Hi, welcome to a very cold March morning. I'm near Ystradfellte. I'm at the cavers car park, so there's a load of cavers up there ready to go into the cave. The cave, I believe, is down there. I might sort of just go and sort of say hello to it on the way back. I'm not going to go in it. I'd get quite claustrophobic with stuff like that. I did a caving thing when I was a kid and it was alright. But if I did it now, I'd be a mess. I'd be a terrible mess in there. No thanks. It's funny how you sort of lose confidence with certain things as you get older. But then, yeah, squeezing through, they just said the narrowest bit of the cave is a 10-inch squeeze. I'm like, no thanks. Don't fancy, there's the cave there. Don't fancy that. It goes up to 2 miles deep, I think. So it's quite impressive. Anyway, I'll show you the map section now and just a little explanation about the walk today. So the start point today is near Ystradfellte, and this is a moorland walk. I'm starting on the road that's just parallel to it at the cavers car park, which is here, and then we are following the path along to Maes y Gawnen, which is the trig point, and then along this path to Careg Lem. I can't be bothered to turn the map, but there's another kind of summit up here. I'm not sure if that's called Pant Mawr or whatever. It might be just part of Careg Lem. That's the highest point. And then the sort of tricky bit is crossing about a mile of moorland, which can be quite rough, and hitting the third summit, which is Sand Hill. There's a moorland summit. We intersect the Beacons Way. I'm going to hit this little limestone outcrop there, which looks quite cool. And then we're going to return back along the Beacons Way, which would be straightforward. Some good views already of Gelly Neth, the hill fort, behind that tree. Gwain Cef and the Careg. Van Clear, I think it's that one. Van Neth. I think Van Neth's that one actually. Anyway, Carn Gwinian, the sort of limestone rock area. This is an area of managed forest. There's these huge sinkholes that the path goes through. It's quite an impressive one, that. And then there's some sort of crags at the top there. So we're heading up to Maes y Gawnen. That's the true summit there with the cairn, and the trig is in that forest a bit further on. So I'll take a section when we get up to the top of that hill. There's some good views already, very sort of vast. It's quite barren, this area of moorland and forest. I'm expecting to see 0 people today. I'd be amazed if I saw even one. And it's a Saturday, so we'll see. Very clear, nice views. Bleak forest. Over towards Regos. These sunny spells are lovely. It's forecast today just to have rain. Not rain, sorry, just overcast with cloud and very cold. But it's not too bad now I've warmed up. And there weren't any sunny spells forecast. It's really nice. So I've got to negotiate the swamp and I can see the trig just there. So that's our first port of call. See you in a minute. Near the trig now. There's a conveniently placed rock here. Just sitting, I have something to eat. And quick 5-minute break. It's a bit too cold to stop for long. And I'm going to hit the trig. Here it is. Possibly the least visited trig in the Brecon Beacons. Possibly. Don't know that for a fact. So the walk now continues down there. I think this is where the path, I can see a path actually. Yeah, so that's good. Yeah, cool. So if we can find a path, that'll make things a lot easier. Gonna get up onto, that's the first part of Careg Lem, which is like a rocky outcrop that skirts the outside of the moor. And we want to cross eventually via Sand Hill to that little teat thing there. So that's the plan. Quite a bit of ground to cover, we'll crack on now. Another huge swallow hole there, massive, absolutely massive. So come off there, we're in the moor now. literally on the edge of it, between the moor and the forest. Quite boggy now this bit, and quite sort of rough. I'm gonna head up here and see what's going on. Rough through the heather, over to Careg Lem. Oh, it's tiring always walking through this. Careful of my footing as well. Wow. A bit like the Devil's Stones over at Pontypool. It's great. Vast, isn't it? Wonderful views over towards Careg Lem. Let's film this deer. Mags? Maggie? Here. Mags, come on the lead. Maggie, come on the lead. Maggie? Sorry. Oh. Oh, I've lost it. Sorry. Oh, I saw the thing before I could get on the lead. The last thing I want is her chasing wildlife like that, because she will do. Oh, I'd rather miss it than her chase after it and risk that. Oh god, I've just stepped into a bog now. Bloody hell. Right, I need to concentrate, but wow, that's awesome to see a deer. That was cool. Just coming a bit further on. It's quite remote and sort of bleak out here now. We're on the fringes of Careg Cadno, or Cadno, not sure how it's pronounced. That's where we're aiming for. And that, I'm not sure if that's the highest point in Careg Lem or Pant Mawr on the map, but I'm going to go up there. It's going to be rough from now on, no path. See, it's pretty rugged here. No way would I want to do this in the summer when the heather's at full height or full bloom. It'd be horrible. If you're new to walking, when you've got heather with rocks, there's often sharp gullies that are ankle breakers down there. You can just feel one there. So, firstly, don't video it. That'd be a good start. And secondly, watch every single move with your foot, because there's no signal here, and I have sent a video of the route, exact route, to my wife, and a time of when to call if she don't hear from me, so she could then just send that to Mountain Rescue and they've got the exact route in a video, so on the map. Anyway, this is the summit. Pretty wild. I think Sandhill is there. I'm going to take a bearing and then try and just get over there, and I've broken the back of it, I think then. Sorry, that was a false summit. This is a summit. Highest point on Careg Lem. Maybe Pant Mawr, I don't know. There you go. Right, yeah, assess where to go next. Just crossing the wild moorland. It's pretty rugged. Found a sort of vague, kind of flatter bit. Wouldn't say it was a sheep trail. There's good views over to Careg Cadno, Van Gerrick. So hopefully up here and we'll have hit the top. Highest point on Sandhill. Gonna now try and get down onto the Beacons Way. Just need to try and navigate. I can see that like enclosure there with a stone and that teat thing. So we're gonna head for there That should be it. See you in a bit. This is a cool feature, all the limestone, and I'm still aiming for this here. I think I can see the Beacons Way there, so it's not too far hopefully. Compass has been great to help navigate, and obviously the weather's good, so it helps. But I'm going to head down here and intersect the Beacons Way. This stuff's dazzling, isn't it, in the sunlight? I've just seen a public footpath sign there. Thank God I've had enough of this moor. I'll tell you that. Be a good walk actually to park where I did next time and walk up to Careg Lem up on the top there. That'd be good. Might do that one day along the Beacons Way. Should be at the, this enclosure here is on the map. So we're going to hit down Beacons Way very shortly. So just this one here isn't a, it's a cairn on the map. It's not a named hill, but it looks awesome. It's like a limestone sort of shattered outcrop. There's Canadian geese over there, that's weird. Never seen them in the Beacons. Maybe they've fled Canada since they found out that Mark Carney is the new unelected WEF globalist PM over there. So today, replacing Trudeau, who was extremely unpopular, I think. Right, King of Woke he's called, isn't he, I think? We'll be up here in a minute. These have got a name, these things, I can't remember what they're called. I'm sure someone will tell me. Oh, this is going to be a good view. There you go. Good. Right, going to venture back to the car along the Beacons Way. So on our way down, that's the crags, and our path is just down there that leads to the car, so it's not too far. Yeah, those Canadian geese. Speaking of birds, the bird I saw in the last video, the Y, was called a cormorant, which is a large black kind of fish-eating bird similar to a heron, a bit smaller than a heron. Googling it, Wikipedia said it's also known as a European shag. So I thought that that was something that one could acquire in Amsterdam if they were so inclined to do that. Anyway, I'll leave you with that one for a minute. So I believe this is the cave. We're back to the car park now, back to the start point. I think it's the cave. Let's have a look. Can't see an obvious entrance unless it's down there, but yeah, not sure really. I'm sure someone will know. Alan might know if that's the cave or not. Certainly not going in there. Right, hope you enjoyed that one. It was good. Wild, yeah, wild moorland walk in the Beacons. I'm going to give her a drink now in the river, and then we're going to get back. Look forward to seeing you again. Have a good weekend, everyone.